Hi everybody, I wanted to do a video today. It's arcade stick related, specifically for shoot 'em up, obviously. But I want to start with. I'm not really into pickup videos, but I had a really good pickup today. I took a bike ride to Kawasaki. I took my motorcycle outside of Tokyo to Kawasaki. It's like a suburb of Tokyo, and I remember going there to a store called Hard Off. I know the name is funny, but it is called Hard Off, and it's basically a store that Japanese people bring to trade in their old stuff. It can be clothing, it can be guitars, it can be anything, and the thing is, I was looking recently for another arcade stick for my PS2. Now, unfortunately, PS3 does not play PS1 and PS2 game, which is like, it's terrible. So I ended up getting a PS2, and it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy about it. The thing is, PS2 arcade sticks are really hard to find, actually, harder than I ever thought. And there's like, I did some research on it, and the holy grail, I think, of PS2 controllers is the HORI Real Arcade Pro Special Edition, which apparently used the Sanwa parts, which is like professional arcade parts. So let me start with the pickup, alright? So I biked to Hard Off, and I found a couple of first, you find a bunch of games there, but I had no idea what I'm going to find there. So in the beginning, I just found some games for cheap, that I didn't have, and they're really worth picking up. I didn't even open them yet, but I found a Res for the PS2 for 250 yen, which is like, I don't know, it's pretty cheap. It's like $3, $3.50, and I found, now this was more expensive, but it's pretty hard to find, and it's the Raiden 3 for the PS2. I found it for $50, but it's usually more expensive than that, but I was pretty happy to find it. It looks like an awesome game, and I got like Metal Slug 3 for like $12 for the Japanese PS2, which it seems pretty awesome. I don't think I played that, and I found, of course, I didn't have it, but it was good to have in Super Mario Kart in like minty shape, a completely new for $10. Super Mario Kart, like brand new. It's brand new. So I found that, but I was looking for a good PS2 controller, arcade stick, and until now this is where my shoot 'em up arcade stick starts. The PS2 it's pretty difficult to find a good arcade stick, and I saw a list that rates the arcade stick, and the arcade stick that I got is pretty good. It's called the Roids stick, and this one is pretty rare too. It goes for eBay for $150 nowadays, and the cool part about it is you can remove. It's got a different interface, which is kind of bullshit, because once you got all these buttons, I don't know, I don't need a different layout, but this one is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not like perfect. I mean, I got better arcade stick. I mean, I've played with better. This one is good. I mean, it's serviceable. The buttons are pretty good. They're kind of stiff a little bit on stiff side. I think the arcade stick is a little bit too long, in my opinion, and it's good, but it's not like the best that you can get. Now the HORI stick, the Arcade Pro that I was looking for, the special edition, you can forget it. I mean, maybe if you can find it, it's like $400 to find one. I saw. I mean, it's unfindable. I couldn't find it. I was looking on the HORI online store for the Japanese online store, and I don't know if they will ever make those again. So I don't know. I kind of gave up on it. So the good thing about that controller, the special edition one, it has buttons and joystick and a stick from a Sanwa, which is like, I don't know, the professional parts. The next in line is the normal, kind of like the version 2 of the Real Arcade Pro, and this one goes, if you can find it, it's really rare. It costs on eBay like $155, and then you have to pay like $30 for shipping. So I went to Hard Off, and I was looking around. I was like, okay, there's a couple of good games, but this is like just junk. I mean, there's just the garbage in the store. There's nothing of interest. And then all of a sudden, I see just right there, this big boy right here. This is the HORI Real Arcade Pro. This is the real deal. Now this is almost like a professional stick. See, the arcade stick is shorter. This is just like huge. This is like as good as it gets, you know, pretty much. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I had an intuition that I'm going to find it today for some reason. Just driving to this random store and finding exactly what I was looking for. It cost me $45 for this ultra rare. It's almost new. It's amazing. I was so lucky to find it, and it would have cost me like $180 maybe to ship it and buy it on eBay. So I only saw 2 of these on eBay in Japan, and which I think is really overpriced, but it's really rare actually. You cannot find PS2 controllers because PS3 does not play PS2 and PS1 games. So it's a great find. I'm really happy about it. So in terms of PlayStation 2, I mean, I got this one and the Roids, but you can see it's massive. It's massive, and the arcade stick is better. The buttons is better. Everything about it is better. I mean, I didn't even try it yet. I was so excited that I found it. So, I mean, if you can find one of those, I mean, this one, like, it feels so good. It feels like it's just like on point. I mean, I don't care about the decoration. I mean, I don't play even Tekken, but I just think I was really lucky. Now, somebody asked me in my video about, I think that the older you get with the console, the harder it is to find a good controller for the old school. So I was lucky to find on the internet, on eBay. I actually saw one in Akihabara, but it didn't have all the cables. But it's also HORI controller. I'm a big HORI fan. This one is a HORI controller. It connects to the Super Famicom, Mega Drive, and PC Engine, which is amazing. It's amazing. So I saw one for $100 without the cables on Akihabara, and I bought this one for $66. No, it was not. It was like $70. This one is without the box, of brand new, brand new. And since it was in Japan, the shipping was very cheap. It's amazing, and you can see here you can reconnect it. You can change the connection. It's legit. It's not like a bullshit company. I mean, this is like a real controller. So it worked with the Mega Drive. So I haven't tried with the Super Famicom PC Engine, but I got the cables for that. So it's really crisp. I mean, it's got all the turbo function. It's amazing. It's really good, and I play with this, so it's really off the hook. I mean, I'm really happy about it. I have some bullshit controllers for the Mega Drive, and this one is like the best. I mean, it's almost like new gen. Talking about the Dreamcast, I have two controllers for the Dreamcast. I got this one, which Faginavi showed. This one is really good. I mean, this one is the bad boy. The thing is, and if anybody can give me advice, I have a problem with this controller. It feels kind of, when, let's say, I move a ship in a game, sometimes, since it's loose, it might do like an extra movement. The object might do like an extra movement without my permission. So I mean, I'm sure people had this problem before, but this is unacceptable in shoot 'em ups when, you know, you have to be needle sharp. I mean, you know, I'm not joking around. I'm here to save the universe. I cannot die on some stupid shit, you know. Especially like I was playing Radiant Silver Gun, with that, and this is unacceptable. So I kind of stopped using it because I got frustrated. It must be perfect, but this controller is so good. So if anybody can give me advice how I can tighten it, make it tighter so it won't happen. I don't know if there's any way to calibrate it. I don't know. I tried to open it, but there's nothing that indicates how it can be done. So if anybody can give me advice, I would love to know it, because I would like to salvage it, because this one is the best Saturn controller. So the one that I do use, it's also awesome one, is HORI, and this one you can find it more easily, but it's amazing. This one is really good. It has all the turbo function. It's pretty, it's big enough. It's massive. Buttons are not perfect. I mean, I'm not a professional gamer. I wish I knew how to build my own controllers, but this one is good enough. It works really good. It's really precise. Yeah, this one is the one I'm using for Saturn. It's pretty famous one. It's not that hard to find, and it's really, really, really good. And the next controllers, it's the one that are pretty standard. I guess the Dreamcast. I'm using the Dreamcast controller. This one is excellent. There's nothing to say about it. Once used, the buttons are so crisp. Actually, they're not crisp. It's not good if a button is crisp. They're smooth, like a baby's ass. So this one is the one I'm using for the Dreamcast. And for the Xbox, well, I'm using the HORI Fighting Stick EX2. This is like as good as it gets for the Xbox. I think it uses professional parts also. It's amazing control. This is like amazing. This is like driving your spaceship yourself. As if you have no controller, as if you're inside, So, I'm sure you guys, if you have an Xbox, 360, this one is the one to be used. But again, I'm very excited about this controller. This one is a great find, ultra rare. It's the heaviest, biggest controller that I have. Just look at it. It's really like amazing find, in excellent condition. So I'm dying to try it. So yeah, and again, showing you this. If you guys are able to find this controller for the Mega Drive, it's a multi-system controller. This one is like, this is the standard, the highest standard, I think. If you're not want to buy like a custom, or you don't know how to buy your own controller for the old school, I don't know if it can be done even. This one is amazing controller for the Mega Drive. It's pretty hard to find also. I haven't seen it anywhere since I came to Japan in any of the stores. And I just by chance found it on eBay from the same seller that sold me the XMD1. And speaking of which, I just to let you know, I bought the XMD1. I got also a SCART cable, Euro SCART cable that I'm using with the Mega Drive, that works with the Mega Drive. And I tried to use it with the Sync Strike, and then to the Scalar and SLG, and then I tried the XMD1, and I thought the SCART would work better, but actually XMD1 with the VGA cable to the Scalar, blah blah blah. It's like, if I can percentage, it's like 10% better than the SCART. The image is a lot brighter and the colors are a lot more vivid. So yeah, so thanks for watching this. This was a quick video about the controllers that I use for shoot 'em ups, and I had a great find today, So thank you very much for watching. I see you later. Bye.